Today I have another Christmas card, and this is using the Color Me Ebony card toppers. This is the Christmas greetings set, and there's several other sets you can also get, but I'm using this one, and it's got some pearls and some liquid pearls on it. So if you want to know how to make this card, stay tuned. Today I'll be using some gold liquid pearls, some 5mm wide adhesive pearls, red suede paper, nice and soft, and the Ebony Color Me Christmas card toppers. This set is called Christmas Greetings. And it comes with 6 toppers and 2 sheets of labels. And this set is called Christmas Postcards. So there's 3 designs and 2 label sheets, 1 filled in and 1 blank, just so you can customize it. Alright, those are my supplies. Now I can get started. So the first thing I've done is covered my card front with the red suede. As you can see, here is my card. It's 6.5 inches wide by 5 inches tall, just like all my other cards. And it actually, the Color Me card toppers are sized perfectly to fit on top of these cards. So what I'm going to do next is take my card topper and I'm going to trim around this really lovely fancy edge, just leaving a tiny border of black around the edge. Now that I've finished cutting this out, I'm going to go ahead and color it with a couple of different ink pads before I glue it to the front of my card, but it's going to end up going right here. Alright, to start out, I have 4 different colors of ink pads. There's Red Barn, Candied Yam, Yellow Ochre, and Olive Pastel. So those are the 4 colors I'm going to be using on my card. I'm going to start with the Olive Pastel, and that's going to be the color that I color my background with in a very light shade. So I have an acrylic block here. Any kind of slick plastic surface would work. Taking my ink pad and just dabbing it right onto the acrylic block. And then I'm going to take my paintbrush and my water here, kind of dip it in the water, dab off any excess fluid onto a paper towel, and pick up the color from my acrylic block. If the color is too rich, you can add more water. I'm going to take this to my card topper, and I want to color the background just a very light green. And the great thing about this is you can control the shade. So I'm doing some swift strokes here because I want the shade to be a little bit darker on the left and lighter on the right. I'm kind of just wanting to paint behind the handwriting here. Now we'll go ahead and do the leaves. The holly leaves are going to come from the same olive green, except I'm going to make the color a little more concentrated so there's a difference between the leaves and the background. So I'm going to get my brush nice and saturated with the ink here and go ahead and fill them in. Alright, now that my greenery is finished, I'm going to go ahead and wash off my acrylic block so I can use another color. So I put some of the Red Barn color onto my acrylic block here. I've rinsed off my small brush and I'm going to use this color to do some of the ornaments. So let me just get my brush nice and saturated with that color. And I'm just going to paint in here. And the nice thing is that you can go as light or as dark as you need to. If you want to go lighter, just add some water. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of shading, going darker on the outside here and then kind of getting lighter towards the center, and that gives it a sort of 3D effect. And as I brush a little more, some of the ink is fading a little, so I'm going to use that to my advantage to keep on shading towards the middle here. And that's the kind of look I'm going for. I'm not going to color in the very center star. I'll leave that white for now. Alright, pretty much finished. So, there's my first ornament. Now I'm going to color in the other ornament, as well as the holly berries with the same color. Now I just wanted to show you a little technique I've also used, and it's mixing the colors on the acrylic block. So this is candied yam, which is a nice rusty orange color, and I want to mix that with my red barn here. So I'm just going to go like this until I get the color I want, and that's going to be the color for my rounded ornament right here. A little more candied yam. So that's the nice thing about using these on the acrylic block, is you can customize the colors and mix them and match them however you want. It's just like using a paint palette and paints. I'm going to add a little more water. Lighten it up a bit. Now I'm going to rinse off my brush, and I'm going to use the candied yam by itself for the swirls. So just these things right here. The very tip of the long ornament will be this rust color. Okay. Last but not least, I'm using the yellow ochre ink pad. There's another one out there called cadmium yellow or yellow cadmium that will also work for this color. This is the one I happen to have. So I'm going to put that on, and got my brush rinsed off. So this is going to be the outer border. Kind of a golden yellow here. Alright, now I'm done painting the front of my card, and the next thing I'm going to do is decorate it with some of the self-adhesive pearls. So these pearls are 5mm in diameter, and they come on these long strips, and there are 64 to a package, and you would just cut off each one individually if you wanted to use them one by one, or you could use them in the strips themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate a few spots on here with the pearls. So I've just put one in the center of each ornament. I'm not done decorating those, but I also have this Merry Christmas label, and that's coming from the little labels sheet in the Color Me card topper package. So this is the yellow ochre, and I also use the red barn, same as the ornament here. So this is gonna get foam taped somewhere around here, but I just want to show you that I put a pearl on the top and bottom of that. Set that aside for now, and now I'm going to decorate with the liquid pearls, one of my favorite things to use. Just going over these little star-like formations with the gold. I think it gives it a really special looking touch. I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm done decorating with the gold liquid pearls, and as you can see, I've kind of used it a lot on the black dots that were already printed on the Color Me card topper. So I've used the black design as my guide to where to put the liquid pearls, and I've also used them on the tops of the ornaments just to highlight the hangers here and at the ends of the swirls here. So there you go. I recommend letting this dry for several hours because liquid pearls can take a long time, and make sure you test it. Just touch it with a tip of something to make sure it's nice and hard before you go ahead and glue it to the card. Otherwise you'll mess up all your hard work. So now I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to go ahead and glue it to my card. Okay, so now that I've glued that on, all I have left to do is foam tape my greeting to the bottom right hand side, right about there, and I'm done. So this card was very simple to do in that it only required you to cut out these two pieces. The most work was in the coloring and the decorating with the liquid pearls. Otherwise, I think it turned out really, really lovely, and not too much effort to do this card. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Stay tuned for today's bundle, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching. In today's bundle you will find the liquid pearls in gold, and this bottle is really small, but it lasts quite a long time because you usually only add a tiny bit to each project, so a nice thin squeezable tip there. And then I also have the self-adhesive pearls. Now these come 64 to a package, so it's a good amount, and they are in strips, but I often like to cut them apart to use them individually. And of course our lovely red suede paper. It looks a little bright on the screen, but it is a really nice rich red. And we also have, there we go, you can kind of see it adjusts. Then we also have the Color Me card toppers. These are the Color Me Ebony card toppers for the black embossed designs. So this is the postcard, the Christmas postcard set. And there are 6 pieces of the card toppers themselves, each of them measuring 6.5 inches long by 5 inches tall. So there's a Santa Claus Express post. You're getting 2 of each image here. A Very Merry Christmas, postcard, Christmas delivery, and then you're also getting 2 sheets worth of labels and artwork. So this has some blank ones, and most of these have already preset greetings on them, and then you're also getting a sheet of blanks, so if you want to customize those yourself. Now we have the Color Me Ebony Christmas Greetings set. And here's the first with the lovely candy cane. Then we have this beautiful ornament and handwriting here with a lovely border here. And jingle bells. And here are the greetings. And the blanks. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Join me again next week for another fun project. Thanks for watching.